Hello, so welcome to part 2 of how to start an airline. So, this episode is mostly going to be about setting up your airline. So, if you missed part 1 where we picked out an aircraft, then you should check that out. But, anyways, let's get into the video. So, I have picked out a good route to fly from Philadelphia Airport to New York LaGuardia. Yeah. As you can see, there is no non-stop flights. There's no non-stop flights. So if we could lower the price, then we could compete with these other airlines for this flight. So I think a good price is $170 for adults and $140 for kids 12 and under. So now that we've picked out the route, we need somewhere to store our aircraft when it's not flying. And I have decided to put our hangar in Philadelphia, mostly because that's where we're gonna be doing most of our flight operations. So this hangar looks big enough to put a 737 in, and yeah, this is where we're gonna have our basically base of operations, where we're going to fix our planes, where we're going to store them, that type of thing. And then New York's just going to be a stop, simple, rent a small gate there. So, yeah, it's fine. We have our 737 sitting in the hangar. We need to make money with it. So, we need some pilots. We need a captain or an instructor pilot. Now, this has some strict recommendations, but to be a captain or instructor pilot, you do need some pretty good, things. Some pretty good resume. Now, you can't just have 2 instructor pilots. Well, you can, but that costs too much. So you get a first officer who would train on that aircraft and help do some stuff, fly it. Yes. Okay, so the plane flies, but it is law that you need to have a flight attendant on flights more than 50 passengers. So we need a flight attendant. And here we have a flight attendant job, a cabin attendant, $40,000 to $50,000 a year. We hire 3 of them to serve our aircraft. That would be about $135,000 a year. That's pretty good. But what happens when our aircraft needs a little TLC and it's starting to wear out? Well, you need a mechanic. And the salary is 12 to 20 hours. And yeah, that's what I was talking about. Being based at that hangar. Yeah, the 1 or 2 mechanics would be good to just be based at the hangar, work on the aircraft if it comes in, clean it out, yeah, that type of thing. So now we have most of the stuff ready, set up, and fly. So now you're flying your route. You got your pilots. Get pilots trained, actually. Getting pilots trained as well on your aircraft. That's all good. So I think this is a good stopping point for this episode, part 2.